Hey everyone, and welcome to day 19 of my horror movie review marathon. I've got the I Still Know What You Did Last Summer movie review. July 4th, a time spent with friends and family. This year, it's going to be killer. Will Julie James and her friends survive? As far as the story goes, it was obvious that there was going to be a sequel after watching I Know What You Did Last Summer. This movie takes place a year later, and Julie's roommate Carla wins a vacation to go to the Bahamas, and she takes a couple of her friends with her. Things don't go smoothly. And it's hurricane season, there are no boats available, no help coming. There's an angry fisherman with a hook or a hand out to get them. This time, this movie literally feels isolated because they're just in this one location instead of being in several locations like in the first movie. The story moves along fairly quick, which is a good thing because I felt like seeing this movie a million times, I kind of don't want to be bored watching this movie. Every time the body count just goes up, you wonder who will be next. As far as the casting goes, Jennifer Love Hewitt returns as one of the original cast members in this movie. It has taken, the whole events of the first movie has taken its toll on her, and she's obviously still shaken up by this fisherman guy with a hook and a slicker on. So, I mean, she was okay in this movie. Maybe a little bit more whiny this time. I mean, she's got the whole, like, what are you waiting for? Moment, like she did in the first movie, which I found to be slightly annoying. Her roommate, Carla, played by Brandy, and she was okay as well. But it does make me wonder why, I haven't seen her in a lot of movies recently, especially after this movie. Mekhi Phifer, who is also, kind of interesting to see in this movie. He's funny. I wouldn't say that he's as good in this movie, but maybe his acting has improved since then. Freddie Prinze Jr., who is also another returning cast member. You don't really get to see him as much. I kind of don't really like the way he acts in this movie as well. Matthew Settle, he's kind of an interesting character, so I can't really say much about him, but I can say a little bit of something about Jack Black, who makes a little appearance in this movie as well. He's doing a lot of that. The things that I liked about this movie, there were some moments that were pretty scary, and even though I was expecting them the whole time, some of the killings were pretty cool to watch, but then again, I mean, they're just getting killed by a hook. What's so special about that? Or when Julie gets trapped in a tanning bed, kind of looks much better than what happened in Final Destination 3, but it just makes me a little bit scared to want to go tanning in a tanning booth. The things that I didn't really like about this movie, honestly, I felt like this movie was just another rehash as far as what the plot was from the first movie. I didn't really like how the antagonist this time around just wasn't as scary. You'd think when he has an official hook for a hand and not just holding it, that, it would be, at least scary. And honestly, I wasn't as scared. It was almost kind of boring to watch. It wasn't as suspenseful, even though, like I have said, that I've seen this movie compared to the first movie. Just saying. Dialogue, it felt kind of lame, which it kind of explains why the acting wasn't up to snuff. It goes into a little short backstory of Ben Willis and his family, but it doesn't really delve into that whole thing, and it just leaves me with more questions than answers. So I was a little disappointed that I felt like they were trying to connect this with the first movie and what his motivations were, but it didn't quite add up, which was kind of disappointing. Overall, I would say that I Still Know What You Did Last Summer was still not a great movie. I still think that it wasn't as scary as I quite remember it the first time seeing this movie, I would maybe recommend it. I mean, at least this movie is much better than I Will Always Know What You Did Last Summer, whatever that stupid third movie directed DVD was called. And I would give this 2 hearts on the heart rate scale. So let me know in the comments what you guys thought of I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and come back tomorrow for day 20 of my horror movie review marathon. And as always, you guys can subscribe to my channel. I've got more movie reviews, movie updates, come back every week for a Child Thursday video. You guys can also like me on Facebook and follow me on Twitter, and I will see you guys later.